Yeah, yeah. Hey. Candy paint with the white on top. Lambo doors or the woo-up drop. If you busy plotting on what I got, kick in your door, that's what you thought. $100,000 on the tabletop. Half price my whip, same price my watch. Got no jumper, but I ball a lot. Bitch on your stony, I do what I want.
It's your girl Brooklyn Chantel, and I'm back with another video. Today's video is very serious. I'm gonna be talking about autism and epilepsy. In my question and answer, I told you guys how I am autistic and how I have epilepsy. So I'm just gonna tell you guys how they both have affected me and give you guys some background information just in case you guys don't know exactly what epilepsy is or what is autism. And yeah, so let's get into the video. Guys, so I have notes written down because I don't want to ramble on and on about the same topic for a long period of time, and my memory is trash like I've said the past two videos. So yeah, I'm gonna start with autism and then work my way up to epilepsy. So autism is a developmental disorder and it affects your ability to communicate and interact with others. I was diagnosed with autism at the age of 2, but some people don't usually get diagnosed till after the age of 4. The youngest that you could get diagnosed with it is 2, just like me. So people on the autism spectrum, they go through a lot. We have a lot of barriers and everything that we have to break down, and not everybody on the spectrum has the same problems or difficulties as other people. There are some people on the autism spectrum that are nonverbal. They can't communicate at all. And there are a lot of signs of autism like behavioral, developmental, cognitive factors, and psychological factors as well. I'm affected by all of them. How I'm affected behaviorally is I have repetitive movements, but as I got older, I'm able to like cope with it and not do it as much. But I shake my legs and like sometimes I'll shake my arms. That's called stimming. And impulsivity, I had that when I was younger. I used to run in front of cars and just like not do stuff that's safe, and it's like I couldn't help it. That's just part of my disability. How I'm affected developmentally is I have learning disabilities. I had to get extra help when I'm in school. I still get extra help while I'm in school. And I also had a speech delay. When I was little, I used to just point at things, and my parents would have to be like, well, try to say it. Like, you can't just point, you have to try to say it. And when I entered school, kindergarten through, I believe, 4th grade or 5th, I'm not really sure like when it all stopped, but I went through speech therapy, and I had another therapist during school to teach me how to like tie shoes, do buttons. So we just, people with autism just have to go through a lot of different things to make progress, and we have to do things differently than other people usually do. But as long as you get the same result, like, it's still okay. How I'm effective with my cognitive factors is I have a problem paying attention. I was actually diagnosed with ADHD also. And there are treatments for autism, like I said, speech therapy. There's like a lot of other ways to, help with it, but it cannot be cured. People that have autism, they're affected for years or even like life term. and it just doesn't get better. Just because people are autistic, it doesn't mean that they're dumb or they're stupid or anything like that. All we want is equality and acceptance. We don't want to be treated differently than anybody else, all because that we have a disability, because at the end of the day we're still human. And there are a lot of well-known people that have had autism, a lot of smart people that have been diagnosed with autism, like Tim Burton, the director, like The Nightmare Before Christmas and all that, Albert Einstein, Bill Gates, Thomas Jefferson, Steve Jobs. So it's like, don't question somebody's intelligence based off of them having a disability, because it's hard to go through. It's very hard. It's very hard to make progress. It's very hard to go throughout life doing things. Autism doesn't change even when you're in your adulthood. You just learn different ways to cope with it, like I said. And autism doesn't define who I am or who anybody else that has autism, because you just have to knock down the barriers, and you have to work 10 times harder than the next person to get to where you need to be. Just because you're autistic, it don't mean that you can't do what you want to do. It doesn't mean that you can't reach all of your goals. It just takes time. So don't judge somebody like, oh, they're autistic, they don't know what they're talking about, or oh, they're autistic, they're never going to do anything in life, because that's not the case. It's not the case. That person could be the next person to create something at Apple, or create a whole new product that's not even out yet, or can produce really amazing movies, or go on to do amazing things in life. Autism doesn't have to be a bad thing. Autism's not a bad thing. And you guys just have to learn not to judge people based off their disabilities. Not everybody does it, but it does happen. Kids get bullied because of it, and it's not right, because we're all people. We all bleed the same. So just because someone may be a little different than you, have to learn a little different than you, has to get more assistance than you, does not make them any less of a person or any less smart than you are. Just some things to give you guys to think about. 1/3 of people with autism are nonverbal, and 1/3 of people with autism also have epilepsy. Diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 2, and epilepsy is a seizure disorder, and it affects your nerve cell activity in the brain. So that's when your nerve cells are disturbed and it causes seizures. I almost died twice as a baby from this. I used to seize often, like very, very often. And because it's a deadly disease, I got the opportunity to go through Make-A-Wish and get a wish at the age of 6. And of course, I chose to go to Disney World, and it was awesome. There are a lot of false information when it comes to when you have a seizure. Like, some people are known to say, oh, you could swallow your tongue when you have a seizure, and that is definitely not the case. It's not physically possible. It's possible to bite your tongue when you have a seizure, but you can't physically swallow your tongue. Something that's very important when it comes to being around somebody who is known to have seizures is, when they have a seizure, you have to know seizure first aid, which is stay safe inside. So stay is, you have to stay with the person, and you have to start timing the seizure at the time that it happens. Safe is, you have to keep this person safe. you're in charge of keeping them safe while they're seizing. And side is if the person is unconscious or unaware of what's going on, you have to turn them on their side and call 911 immediately. In 2010, I was just about to enter 5th grade, and I was seizing a lot. I was missing a lot of school because of my seizures. So when I went to my neurologist, I was given the opportunity to get a medical device, and it's called the VNS. So VNS stands for vagus nerve stimulator, and what it does is when you're having a seizure, you get a magnet, and it looks like this, and you get a box, and it comes with different types of magnets. Like there's ones that don't come with this, like this could go on your wrist, or there's ones that could go into your your belt buckle. And you use this, and then you'll go across your scar, and when you slide it across your scar, it's supposed to stop the seizure. So the battery life is supposed to last 5 to 7 years, and I recently got mine changed back in September of 2018, and it has changed my life. Yes, I still have seizures, but I have seizures way less than I used to when I was a child. Had I not have gotten this device, I don't know where I would be. It has worked wonders. It's installed in the left part of my chest, right above my heart, and a lot of people struggle with epilepsy. Like recently a Disney star had passed away because of epilepsy. Cameron Boyce, he had epilepsy. Lil Wayne, Prince, Edgar Allan Poe, Harriet Tubman. And you could have a seizure from injuries, brain injuries, or it could be genetic. It could just be in your genes. But Harriet Tubman had epilepsy because it was a result of an injury. And epilepsy can be treated, but it cannot be cured. So that's the end of this video. If you guys have any other questions about autism or epilepsy, please let me know. Drop it down in the comment section. And also, if you guys want to learn more about autism, you could go to autismspeaks.org, and you could research it. There's a lot of other autism sites. There's a lot of sites on epilepsy. So if you guys are curious on different aspects of that I didn't cover in the video, you guys are more than welcome to research it and stuff like that. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your post notifications on, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.